Okay, so here's the problem that I had, guys. I have a C230 compressor. It's a 2003, and I was cleaning up the engine and the fresh air intake. This is a fresh air intake hose right across the front of the car. Fresh air intake had a lot of dirt and oil on it, and I started cleaning it up, and when you touch it, it starts falling apart, and all this stuff, this broke right here, of course, or came apart right here. And I looked all over the place for a new one, tried to find a new one, and I couldn't. This hose originally went from this fresh air intake duct, and it snaked all the way through and out the front of the car, or through the scoop right here, the intake. So intake, this is Mercedes intake cowl, and the hose went through here all the way into the air box. So after this fell apart, I searched all over to try to find a new one, and what I finally came up with was an expandable duct hose that I picked up at Advanced Auto Parts, and it ended up working perfectly. What I did was I took this air duct apart, and it just snaps apart like that, comes right out. I'll bring you to the other side here. So that's what it looks like on the inside. There's the air box. So I ended up getting this flexible hose at Advanced Auto Parts that was 21 inches long, but compressed, it's only about 6 inches long, as you can see. And it came with two adapters, or reducer, increase to reduce rubber spacers, and they worked perfectly. So these come two box, and you just slip them over the hose. See, the hose will slip in and slip out of there, and because this is soft pliable rubber, this actually fits the interior of the Mercedes duct. So this is original equipment part right here. This goes all the way to the soft rubber reducer, and then the expandable duct, back to the expander reducer, and back to the Mercedes duct. So it worked out perfect. It's supported really well, and it looks good. It looks very similar, or close enough for me, to the factory. And as I said, this factory one, it just started soaking up oil. It smelled really bad. I had a small leak in my EGR hose. This is the EGR right here. I had a crack in my EGR hose, and that crack was blowing oil all over this, and that's how you can, that's why you see oil all over this hose. So I started trying to clean this, or I actually took it off, and the damn thing just falls apart. It's not worth fixing, and they want $60 to $70 on eBay for a new one, and even more at the Mercedes place. So that's where I started looking, and I finally found this at Advanced Auto Parts. Spectre Performance 3-inch flexible air duct, part number 8741. It was about $20 at Advanced Auto Parts, and that saved a great deal over the original Mercedes part, which from Mercedes would be about $70. On eBay I've seen it for $50 to $60, but then there's shipping on top of that. So, and this was such an easy fix. This comes out. This actually holds the flexible duct in place. This was original. This held this Mercedes duct in place, and this is just a plastic rivet. It just pulls right out with your fingernails, pushes right back in. This is all just snap in place, works perfect, hasn't come apart. It's very sturdy, no leaks, and I can't find anything wrong with it. It just seems to be an absolutely perfect replacement. I couldn't be happier. And here is the finished product.